What is up amigos, this is Emjae Fotos and welcome back to our channel. In today's video, I am going to be sharing you how I shoot my cycling videos, and that includes the cameras I use, the gears and accessories, and how I mount them onto the bike and onto my helmet. But before we begin, if you're new to the channel, you might want to consider subscribing for more cycling videos and tutorial videos uploaded every week. So if you're ready, then let's roll the intro. Okay, so before we start, let me just quickly share to you the inspiration of my cycling videos. Some of you have already noticed and commented out on my comment sections that I have this video game vibe on my cycling videos, which is true. And my cycling videos is heavily inspired on that famous video game. So if you know that video game, let me know in the comment section below. I'm not gonna tell you right now. I just want you to comment down below, right? Even my intro is very inspired on that video game intro. And since it is a video game, the way I shoot my videos is also how video games are mostly shot, which gives you two options: the first person point of view and the third person point of view, right? So if you don't know what this is, first person point of view is just something that the perspective of the actual player playing the game. So this is common on shooting games like Counter-Strike or Call of Duty. And the third person point of view is something that you actually see the player on screen. So if you've been following my videos, then you know that those are the two ways that I actually shoot my videos. The camera I used for the first person point of view is my GoPro Hero 7. And for the third person point of view, I use a 360 camera because you have the full control on the field of view that you can show, and that includes the person cycling. This is from Insta360. It's a brand, Insta360, and the model is One R. So thanks to this, I'm able to give you a third person point of view while cycling. Aside from the two cameras, then actually I have an extra battery for each. So I have an extra battery for my GoPro and an extra battery for my Insta360. Now the second is this invisible selfie stick by Insta360. So I got this free together with the Insta360 camera. This is a twist and lock selfie stick. It's quite long, and yeah, it's very lightweight and also sturdy, and I bring this every time when I go out there cycling. Now for the first person point of view, I use the GoPro and this selfie stick. I mount this on the bike frame. It's because for me that is the most stabilized area of your bike. I mean, if you mount it on your bike frame, even if you turn left or right, then your camera moves relative to your bike frame, which does the least movement. And for me, that is the most stabilized way. So to mount it onto the bike, I needed two things. First is the tripod head, or something with a ball head that you can adjust the angle of your selfie stick when you mount it. And the second is a quick release plate. The quick release plate is used to mount it onto the frame, and I used a spoiled inner tube to wrap around the frame first so that it doesn't scratch the frame, and then I used cable ties to tie it firmly so that it seems like it's part of the frame. Now with these two combination, then I can now mount this selfie stick onto the frame, and yeah, it worked really well. So that is the first person POV setup using the GoPro and my mountain bike. So you can see it in action in my earlier videos in this channel, the Punggol to East Coast Park, the Tanamera Coastal Road bike lane, and also the 36-kilometer coast-to-coast trail from Jurong up to Punggol. And that video was shot for around 2.5 or almost 3 hours. Okay, so now let's move on to the third person POV setup. And this is the setup that I have been using in most of my recent videos, and I need something that is not dependent onto the bike that I'm using. And to do that, I need to mount it onto my helmet. we need two accessories. One is the tripod adapter. This is a tripod to GoPro adapter, and so this one goes to the bottom of your selfie stick. And the second one is a helmet mount. First of all, you would need a helmet that has a flat surface on the middle part. I'm actually using an original GoPro helmet mount. There are third parties, but you need to make sure that those are the durable ones. You need to set up your tripod adapter right here. After this, then you can mount your selfie stick. And then lastly, I mount it onto my helmet. Yeah, something like that. Then what I love about GoPro accessories, the original GoPro accessories, is that you can lock this. So make sure that it doesn't dismount. Okay? I use this angle. So yeah, that is how my 360 or third person POV setup looks like. So it looks like an antenna, right? Some of you are asking, is it gonna be heavy? Yes, it's gonna be somewhat heavy, especially there's gonna be tension on your neck when you're using the helmet. So I need to make sure that I assist the camera's weight when there are bumps or humps on the way. So when there's a bump, then I need to use my neck to absorb the impact, not so to make sure that the camera doesn't really have a sudden up and down movement, or else who knows, this setup might break. So one thing to consider here is the tension that builds up because of the weight of the camera. And the way this is set up is to make sure that the weight of the camera also pushes down the mount, which makes it more efficient in a way. Because if you do it on the other way around, on the opposite direction, then you see the weight of the camera is heavily dependent on the adapter. I'm quite sure that this one will break. So that's why it is important to have it positioned in such a way that the weight of the camera will push down the mount. The one thing to consider is I make sure that my 360 camera is parallel horizontally. It's facing straight up and not like this or like this. You don't want your stitch line to be directly in front of you, because you would sometimes you can actually see the stitch line and you don't want it on your frame. And sometimes I also extend it like very slightly like that. I also want that additional lift so that it gives you a higher perspective that feels like a drone shot. Okay, so that is my third person POV setup using a 360 camera mounted on my helmet. I hope you've learned a thing or two, but I cannot assure you that this same setup will work for you. You might have to do it yourself, you might have to do some trial and errors, you might want to use other accessories, but this is just to give you an idea of the creative possibilities that a 360 camera can give you if you've used it the right way and the right accessories and the right setup. So just go ahead, explore and experiment, and good luck on your own camera setup. Now, just a bonus tip, you've learned my cameras, my accessories, and how I mount them. Some of you also asked what are my camera settings. So these are just the quick camera settings, and I won't be explaining why I choose this over that because I don't want to drag this video longer. So for GoPro, I shoot at 2.7K at 30 frames per second. For Insta360, I shoot at 5.7K at 30 frames per second. I shoot at manual white balance, and I'm using around 4,500 kelvins to 5,000 kelvins. Then for ISO, I shoot at minimum of 100 up to maximum of 400. And for the color, it's just the default color and nothing special. So those are my camera settings, and if you want to go in depth with all these settings and all these camera features, then let me know in the comments down below. Maybe I'm gonna create a separate video for that. And that's a wrap for today's video. Thank you so much for sticking around till the end of this video, and stay tuned for more tutorial videos that I'm gonna be sharing. So if you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below so I can make a video about it. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos uploaded every week. Thank you so much for watching, and see you on the next one. This is Emjae Fotos. Salamat, amigos.